Ehud Diskin, an Israeli best-selling author, has long wanted to contribute to Jewish history, so what better way is there to do that than to simply write a historical fiction novel? We'll hear now with more on his very captivating story, A Lone Wolf in Jerusalem, is Israeli author Ehud Diskin. Thank you so much for coming in. It is a pleasure to meet you.
You're welcome. Good being with you.
All right, so first of all, tell me a little bit about this book, about maybe some of the history that went into this, some of your own history, maybe that inspired this. Let's start with that.
Okay. About 3 years ago, I read a blog of an Israeli teenager, and he said, I have an uncle, he's a general, I don't care about his stories, I don't care what's going here in Israel, and just if I will have an opportunity, I'll run away from here. And I said to myself, what happened? 70 years ago, a teenager his age, they wanted to fight the British, to fight the Arabs. What happened here? So I said, people, they don't know the history. They don't know the miracle of the establishment of the State of Israel. Yeah. So I said, if I write a story, people, they don't read history. I write a good story. So maybe they will know what happened. Because history doesn't have a good
enough story.
Exactly. So a story, and I'll put the history here and there.
Okay.
And I wrote
so how accurate is it to the historical timeline?
The history is very, very accurate.
Okay.
The story is fictional,
it's fiction.
You know,
sure.
and I built it. So it's.
But I love that. I love that concept.
Yeah.
So you know what about maybe the main character? Is there some parts of your own history that you've injected into the storyline?
Not of my history, of the history. The protagonist, he is from Belarus. He was in Ghetto Minsk. He escaped. Okay. He became a partisan. They killed all his family. He came to Israel, and in Israel he found that the British, they don't allow to establish a Jewish state. They blockade Israel. So he began to fight, and the story is back and forth. It's.
So I mean, it's a fictional story, but it's really not. I mean, this is a story that thousands, millions of people experienced. Yeah. And it's very interesting to put it into words. I started. I have to admit I haven't finished the book, but I started it, and it's excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you. So okay, the book has gained recognition worldwide. What would be your main message to anybody who would read this or has already read it?
Yeah, my message will be that today we look about all the small problems. We have to look also about the miracle of the establishment of the State of Israel, because we take it for granted today, Israel. It's like you move to a new apartment. In the beginning, it's great, and afterwards you see, oh, here there is a stain. Here it's so that. In the book, you said before, it sells in the U.S. and in Israel. In the U.S., it became already a bestseller on Amazon for Jewish literature. I got an award now from Canada, Best Jewish Book. Yeah, so it's very successful. It's all Barnes & Noble store, and hopefully I wrote it from a Zionist reason. Sure. Not any other reason.
To remind people of where we came from, what we lost and sacrificed to get to where we are.
And I'm donating all my royalties to educational institutes. Thank God financially I'm okay. And I wrote it because of Zionist reasons, and so we don't have enough time. I can read you.
So you can learn history, enjoy the story, and support. A worthy cause. Yeah. It's been such a pleasure to have you in here. Thank you so much for coming in. Check out the book on Amazon, A Lone Wolf in Jerusalem. It's, last I checked, I think there were only 9 copies, so check fast. Thank you so much.
On Stimatsky, also in Israel, they sell it. Stimatsky.
From Stimatsky, yes. And from Geffen Publishing, I'm sure you can find it on their website as well.
Yeah.
Ehud Diskin, thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome. Thank you.